it's Opal Core with the Core Truth blog.
And I'm Brandon Core. And on our last episode, we shared with you this whole notion of time versus money. We posed the question, if you were offered more time or more money, which would you choose? And we feel like, hands down, our answer would be time. Mm-hmm. However, when you look around us, our past behaviors are not necessarily reflective of that. Aside from commitments taking up our time, we shared with you 3 ideas that we feel like are also kind of consumers of our time. And those 3 ideas were things, our homes, or the square footage in our homes, and lastly, debt. Not only do we have to trade in time for money, so we're working to pay for these things, but also the time that it takes to maintain and upkeep them. And so what we'd like to do is dive in a little deeper in this episode, specifically on the topic of things.
So we have found that things take up our time. Like you mentioned, one, yes, you have to earn the money to buy the things, but there's also the storing of the things, the looking for the things, the purging of the things, all of this taking up your time. So this journey for us started about 5 years ago when I read the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up.
And I was initially resistant to the principles within the book. I felt like I didn't need to empty my closet to go through my shirts or clothes, but after some time I kind of got on the bandwagon, and it truly is life-changing.
So what we found is we had all of this stuff in our house that we were getting rid of. And once some of those items were removed from our home, we had like more time. I mean, think about it. Whenever, you clean out a drawer, you clean out a closet, and then you tell the kids, hey, you need to pick up. Well, now there's a place to put those things, and the tidying up, the picking up took less time. We also found whenever you need to
look for something. So you're looking in the junk drawer that we don't have anymore, but you're looking for a tool or an item or a kitchen utensil. When you're not digging through all of these things, like everything has a place and you go right to that place and the thing that you're looking for is there.
It also takes time just to purge the things. So let's say you have all these things in your house, you know that it's time to go through them, like just the sorting through. It takes up, you're like, I don't need all this stuff. What are you going to do now? You're going to go through it. What are you going to do again later? You're going to go through it. We also found it takes time to store things. If you're not being intentional about the things that you have in your house, storing them alone can take up your time, because now you're looking through the things to find the things, or you're putting stuff on top of stuff just to keep all the stuff in your house.
But it's also, we're like having square footage just to store the things. Like we have had a garage that we've not parked cars in because there's so much stuff in there. And so the kids want to play in the evening, and you take everything out, you're helping them put away, but you're putting in a Power Wheels car, stacking bikes on top of that, the scooters on top of the bikes, literally stuff stacked 5, 6, 8 feet high, because there's nowhere to put the things that you have.
And so all of this, you may say, well, that just takes 5 minutes, that just takes 2 minutes, that just takes 10 minutes, but that is precious time. And I don't know about you, but after taking the stuff out of the garage, they can play with it, and then you're stacking stuff back in the garage, you get kind of frustrated, and that eats up our time. We also found that with this, so we're purging through, we're getting rid of stuff, and we're saying, well, we don't really use this, we don't really need this, but we spent good money on it.
It was a gift. It was a gift for one of the kids, and that was like their main gift when they were 7 years old or 10 years old, and you hate to get rid of it, but it's a huge waste.
And so we just kind of saw this vicious cycle of, okay, we buy the thing, we have the thing, and then we're purging, and so now we're getting rid of the thing. And we thought, how can we stop putting so much money into stuff that we know we're just going to purge later on?
But we're going to take this back to this whole notion of time versus money, because when we asked ourselves a few years ago, what do we value more than anything? We both said the same thing: travel and experience. We want to make memories as a family. We want to make memories with our kids. But you know what? We weren't able to travel like we wanted to, and we weren't able to do those experiences with our kids because we didn't have the money to do it. We were going all out on like big birthday gifts and trying to like make Christmas magical, that we were using up our resources and then not having the monetary resources to do the travel and the experiences. And so about 5 years ago, as a result of this book and tidying up and seeing the stuff that we were bringing into our homes and the money that we were in a sense wasting on it, we started giving experiences as gifts.
probably hands down one of the best things we could have ever done is rather than saying, here, kid, here's this tangible item, we say, here's concert tickets.
Here's tickets to a sporting event. We've been able to take trips with one another as gifts to one another. We've been able to take one-on-one parent trips with our kids, taking them to the beach, taking them to a sporting event, whatever the case may be. But we saw it as an opportunity to exchange money for time, and it allows us to capture the number one thing that we said we valued in our family, but that we weren't doing because we were placing our resources elsewhere.
Yeah. So that's just a quick overview, kind of the way that we see the way that certain things can take up our time in ways that we can take that time back and use it in our favors.
Yes. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you are not already following the Core Truths blog, I encourage you to go to Facebook, give us a like or a follow. If you are particularly interested in this content, you think others might want to hear from it or benefit from it as well, we encourage you to share it. Tell us your thoughts, tell us your ideas, tell us your fears, your concerns. We're not the experts, but we're eager to go down this path, to go on this journey, and we're excited that you're here with us.
All right, until next time, bye.
Bye.